What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all the news after Week 7 of our Los Angeles Crusaders franchise here in Season number 3. As you can see, next up, we have the New England Patriots, a team that ended last season with a perfect 16-0 record. They did fall in the second round of the playoffs. They beat us in the playoffs. That's first and foremost, so you know, we're obviously looking for some revenge here. I think they lost the game after playing us, though, so probably in the conference finals. Either way, this is a revenge game. We gotta take it to them. Now they are 4-2 this year, so they're not as dominant as they were last year. We're gonna have to see why that could be. You know, obviously Brady's getting a little bit older, so on and so forth. I'm sure they had some players that they lost after such a great season. You know, a lot of people earned a paycheck. Either way, we'll find out soon enough. Let's go ahead and get into our game prep here. Who do I want to work on today? You know, I haven't really been working on Ray all that much, and a reason is his development trait just kind of has me worried. It's not all that great. You know, I can still kind of continue to work on him a little bit, but let's see what he gets. Let's see what he gets if we put some time into him. You know, that's not all that bad. I've kind of been neglecting him a little bit there. I do mostly want to work on trying to get these safeties going, though. Mosley is going to play a huge part in this team as we move forward. So getting his stats up, you know, on offense, I've been able to work with Keyston Mack quite a bit. So I can he's just getting a lot of experience just from playing games. He's been killing it. Get some hours here. How much time is that going to leave us? Hopefully we can get one more in. Yes, we're going to be able to get one more in with an 8-hour player. And we're going to go right back to Mosley for that. I really want that experience to start getting to him so we can really turn him into a elite safety is the goal. Let's go ahead and check out any draft stories that might be happening. Somebody said they'd like to see some of these top stories. I usually don't show them because it's like, you know, Packers playing the Cowboys, Jets defense. It's usually stuff like that. This is why I don't typically show these stories, but people have been asking. So here they are, kind of a little bit of them. If you'd like to check them out, just pause it if I'm going too fast. But it's really not anything of note to me anyway. The Panthers at some point have to find a way to score points. Uh-oh, Cam. Get it done, Cam. Come on now. All right, so no new draft stories. We have the same one. Trade offers for Jimmy Smith. Again, I don't know that I'm going to accept any. I'm just kind of curious. Second round pick. Wow, a 7th round pick. That's such a huge difference between a second and a 7th. Wow. Yeah, nothing's really standing out to me here. Maybe a 3rd round pick for this season. Overall, though, nothing of note. 2nd round pick for 2018. I'd have to wait a season. A draft pick's not like such a dire need for me right now. So there's really not too much for me to think about in that regard, at least right now. Now, if our corners continue to step up around him, I might change my mind. I don't think I have much time left before the trade deadline anyway, so it's actually most likely not going to matter. Now, we checked out all the other stuff around the NFL except for stats last week, so we will look at the stats this week. That's going to be the focus of this episode here. Breeze, 4 touchdowns, 360 yards. Chaz Jenkins, the rookie for the Broncos, 363 yards, 3 touchdowns. You got Henderson, 14 tackles and an interception. And Jimmy Ward, baby, I like it, 15 tackles and an interception. 15 tackles for a safety is pretty unusual. Usually not a good sign, actually. So I don't know about that, but I like seeing Jimmy Ward do pretty well. We're going to go to league stats. We'll briefly check out our own first. Very, very briefly. 104 quarterback rating for Derek Carr, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 85.4 quarterback rating for Tremaine Small, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, I'm sorry. Devin Golden, 5.2 yards a carry, 4 touchdowns. I'd like to get some more rushing touchdowns going. Emmanuel Graves, 3.3 yards a carry. Derek Carr was 7 yards a carry. Latavius Murray, 3.7. Dobbs, 8.5. I definitely need to get Dobbs a little bit more involved in. Marcel Reese, again, I need to go change that depth chart before we get into the league stats because I forgot to do that last episode. Keyston Mack, 37 catches, 538 yards, 6 touchdowns. Denarius Moore, 32 catches, 422 yards, only 1 touchdown. Shakir Gayton doing a great job of getting into the end zone. 4 touchdowns on 13 catches, 150 yards. He is a big play guy, and that is why I drafted him and why I'm playing him so much. I really need to get these other wide receivers more involved, though. You know, we have a great wide receiving core. The thing is, Keaston Mack and Denarius Moore, they've just been playing so well. But, you know, I do understand. I need to try to get everybody else a little bit more involved as we move forward. Defense leading the way, Brandon Spikes, 46 tackles. Amukamara with 31, and Mosley, the rookie, with 31, tied for second on the team. Raynard Ray with only 29. I'd like to get him a little bit more involved in that regard. And Jimmy Smith is way down here, which is usually a pretty good sign for corners, man. If corners aren't getting a whole lot of tackles, it's usually because their guys aren't making the catches. So that's another thing. You know, Jimmy Smith might not be getting the interceptions, but he really does do a great job of preventing the receiver from making catches. Khalil Mack leading the way, 8 sacks. Justin Smith with 7. Brandon Spikes with 5. Justin Tuck with 4. Shelby Harris with 4. Raynard Ray with 2. Mosley, Knight, Hayden. A whole mess of people with 1. I'm not going to go down through all that. Interceptions, 3 for Jimmy Mosley and 3 for Amukamara. 1 for Knight, Hayden, Okafor, and Jimmy Smith. Fumbles forced. We haven't really been doing a good job getting fumbles this year. Brandon Spikes with 2, Amukamara with 1, Smith with 1, and Raynard Ray with 1. We haven't been doing a good job of recovering. We've only recovered 1. And then defensive touchdowns, we have Ofisa Okafor. I love seeing that. Kicking game is doing really well so far. 14 of 14. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That was a few extra points. 9 of 9, though. Still happy with that. So, yeah, let's go change our depth chart really fast before we get into the league stats. People have been saying, obviously, that I'm getting too many sacks, which I'm aware. You know, it's a little annoying at how many sacks I tend to get. However, I will make a point to say a lot of that is actually coming. You know what? Maybe we should just put Reese at starting tight end. We'll put Reese at starting tight end for a game, see how he does. And Stevenson will still get his times there. But, you know, I'm okay with getting more sacks. Part of the reason is, one, a lot of the times when I'm getting sacks are late game situations when they're holding on to the ball in the pocket for way too long, hoping somebody gets open. And, you know, a team's going to get a sack in that situation, so I am cool with that. The other times, it's still a lot. However, the opponent's completion percentage against my team is usually 80% or much higher, 90% sometimes. And there's just no way of fixing that. I have tried so many times. You guys have seen me try. I really just cannot find a solution to that. So the sacks kind of even it out a little bit for me, and that's my thought on that. I have tried to lower the sack rating, as you guys have also seen. We'll figure out something eventually. Manziel, 18 touchdowns, leading the NFL, only 2 interceptions. What is this guy doing? Wow. Drew Brees, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Chaz Jenkins, the rookie, 14 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Just go down the list a little bit quickly here. You guys can check out any players you'd like. Kirk Cousins, the starting quarterback for Dallas. Wow, that's pretty interesting change. So the Patriots do still have Tom Brady. You know, they're just not doing quite as good as they were last season, but that's okay. Adrian Peterson leading the way in rushing, 6.2 yards a carry for him. 8 touchdowns. Golden second in the league in yards. Only 4 touchdowns. A lot of the other guys on this list are a little bit ahead of him, but that's okay. He's definitely getting the job done at 119 yards a game, actually more than Adrian Peterson has. I think Peterson got hurt at some point, though. DeMarco Murray, 5.8 yards a carry, having a great season for him. 8 touchdowns, and it was crazy. I was trying to get him for a little while, and then instead we drafted Golden, so definitely worked out for us. And I'll go down the list. You guys can check out any players you'd like. Forte on the Browns. That's pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and see if there's a rookie anywhere on this list. Or here you go, Elliott Chester, a second-year player. That's cool, too. Again, I want to go down the list quickly. I want to see where the rookies are. Where the rookies at? Is there a rookie up here? There might not be. It doesn't look like there's going to be. All right. So they're way down the list. The rookies aren't getting a whole lot of playing time right now, I guess. That's fine. Let's go ahead and move forward. Receiving, Jordy Nelson leading the way. Yakov Moody down here. Only 3 touchdown catches for Moody so far this year, but it's kind of cool to see, you know, those teammates up there once again. Mike Evans on the list, a great player. Again, just going to kind of go down the list kind of quickly. Jabbar Gray, there you have it. 42 catches, 427 yards, and a touchdown. Our guys, Nicholas Moon, the rookie, 41 catches and a touchdown. I'm not doing a great job of getting a whole lot of catches, but man, Keyston Mack doing a great job getting into the end zone. That is for certain, and that speaks even more highly of Colston, who has more. Granted, he might have played another game, but still, a two touchdown game is still great. I mean, they've probably played what, 6-7 games, so doing a great job for the NFC South for those two top receivers there. And here you have it, another rookie carry on the list for the Browns with 6 touchdowns. That's pretty crazy as well. Sexton Hole for the Redskins. Hey, they have a quarterback that can throw a touchdown now. That's pretty interesting. Anyway, moving forward. Blocking, let's just go straight to defense here. Luke Kuechly leading the way. Sacks, check this out. Lions doing a great job. Obviously, our players are glitched out of this list. But the Lions are doing a really good job, and Brandon Spikes is there. I don't know why they glitch certain people out and not others. I'm not quite sure how that all works out. Interceptions, Casey Hayward leading the way with 5, Stark with 4, Browner with 4, Brandon Carr with 4, Smith 4, 4, Ward and Bird. Jimmy Ward doing a good job, buddy. I like it. We saw last game he had a lot of tackles too. Go down the list kind of quickly. So we're not doing great on that list. We have a few players there though, but that's okay. Fumbles forced. Interesting stat to check out. We'll just look at the 2s here. All right, Brandon Spikes tied for the number 1. Lamar Houston with 2 recovered. Blocks. Let's see what we got. Washington with 1. Safeties. No safeties. Touchdowns. 2 for Brandon Browner. 2 for Hogan. A lot of players with 1. A few 49ers up in there. I like to see that. Of course, our guys glitched out of the system once again. Kind of expected that, though. Connor Barth, 20 of 21. Not great for him. He has a lot of field goals, but he's missed a few as well. Henry, suck up. I think I said that right. I don't know. Might have done that one wrong. Espinosa leading the way for rookies, 13 of 13. And I think, what were we? We were 9 of 9. So, and there's Vega, the other guy. 12 of 12 for him. All right, punting. If we just look at this average, we already know. Marquette King is getting it done. Kick returns. Let's see what we got. Touchdowns. 3. 1 for a rookie, Charleston Swope. All right, pretty cool. And so the Ravens have 2 kick returns for a touchdown. Kendall Wright playing for the Dolphins now, making it happen. Touchdowns for punt returns. We got Freeman, Patrick Peterson, and Deshaun Jackson on the Jets. All right, so that's going to be it for this episode. Wanted to catch everybody up with the stats. After next week, we should have the yearly awards, so that should be another interesting news video. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate all of the support, and I will see you in week number 8 as we try to get our revenge on the Patriots. Later.